How you approach this full moon will dictate the course of your destiny. This is a very dense energy, so I will present this information slowly. You may relax and wear headphones. I have purposefully limited the amount of astrological transits mentioned in this video, but everything I'm sharing with you is from astrological observations. Members, I have a video for you guys that was my working copy, in which we speak about the transits I am alluding to here explicitly. There is a very nervous energy around, and people are feeling the scale of who they are as individuals in respect to the collective. They are asking themselves, does this collective truly represent me? And if not, what do I need to do about that? The collective is pushing ahead in its own way, making changes that will impact us individually. And so we individually must prepare for the consequences of that. Get prepared to accept and comply or reject and assert your will in dissension. This full moon is special. Many astrologers are identifying it as a powerhouse, as well as something that seems foreboding. The foreboding frequencies you are feeling have to do with the opposition between the inner planets moving direct, while the outer planets appear to move in retrograde motion on the opposite side of the astrological chart. The inner planets govern you and your daily tasks and activities. The outer planets govern us as a collective, and so the feeling of big energy people are describing are the outer planets in retrograde, the collective moving backwards towards you and the inner planets. This means that the world is changing, and you are changing at an accelerated pace. This is a blessing, as our ability to free ourselves of the misdeeds of the past is increasing, individually and collectively. The outer planets, representing the collective, are looking for something in the past to regenerate and renew. As a collective, we are seeking new solutions to old problems, or trying to find old solutions that worked in the past for current events. There are changes being made on the collective level that will change how you live your daily life. Get prepared to navigate these changes. The people who learn about these changes and adapt the quickest will likely become the most successful individuals of the New World Order that is developing. On an individual level, governed by the inner planets, we are pushing full steam ahead. This is a time for personal growth and assertiveness, at times irregardless of the collective. At this time, you are keenly aware of who you are, what your strengths are, as well as your weaknesses. Be honest about them. Avoid facing them will set you back. If you can be honest about your strengths and weaknesses at this time, the astrology provides you an optimal climate for change. The full moon is with the outer planets, and as it is a personal transit, it sends you messages about how the big changes of the collective will impact you individually. Use this information to adjust your approach. You may gain insights at this time at how changes to the collective will impact you. Pay attention to this information and act in response to what you learn. If you are feeling overwhelmed by this energy, don't be. These are natural feelings of putting things in perspective. It is necessary to look at how the world truly is sometimes, so you don't lose your way. Some things are hard to see, but when you see them, you give yourself options on how to respond to them. Sometimes we can't change what is around us, but we can change how we react. This should be the motto of the next month. Choose the high ground. In the next month, there is another full moon in the sign of Aquarius. This is more significant than the blue moon, which is a cycle that features a full moon 2 times in one calendar month. A blue moon is more of an aesthetic term, while the 2 Aquarian full moons are more astrologically significant. At this time, you are not in a rush to change anything. With this moon, the Aquarian energy is activated. You are being shown a path you need to go down. The path is cleared by geometry of the outer planets and the inner planets. It's up to you to truly go after your dreams and express who you truly are. The second full moon will happen on August 22nd at 29 degrees of Aquarius. This will be the second activation point of the Aquarian energy. When the second full moon happens, Uranus will have begun moving retrograde towards its square with Saturn. This will be the starting point of the final phase of the set of 3 Saturn-Uranus squares in 2021. Jupiter will have also moved back into Aquarius on July 28th, making the second full moon an expression of the mounting energy that the first moon initiates. At that time, take the information you learned between July 23rd and August 22nd and make your choices. Until then, adopt a learner's mentality and observe the different factors in the world that are relevant. Remember, when there are many changes happening at the collective level in the world around you, and while you are identifying your truths and making changes to align with your personal truths, be mindful that the collective is making changes as well. In other words, take it slow. In short, take accountability of your responsibilities especially with respect to other people and institutions. Be mindful of the collective energy that is shifting, being careful not to stand in its way as you push ahead. You are making changes while the collective is making changes, so be sure that those changes are harmonious to avoid problems later. Be excited about this full moon because it is a full moon of liberation. People who are working against their own liberation will struggle with this energy the most. Take time to be with yourself, to connect with what is most important to you. Write down the things that are most urgent to you, and write down the things that you don't think you can have but want. Trust that the universe is helping you towards both frequencies.